Hey, Spider Trappers. Hey, so been contemplating this for a while. I want to play some other games other than Minecraft. You know what? Minecraft is awesome. Let's just face it. Love Minecraft. However, I do enjoy playing a lot of different games, and I tell you, over the years, I've played so many games. So, I decided to start a series called Just Messin. Kind of like just messing around with different games, playing things, you know, showing you around a bit. Not really like an introduction, but kind of like an introduction. So, you know, today's messing around is going to be Warframe. Now, me and my buddy were playing this earlier today. Just a quick shout out to my buddy Robo Lizard. You know, I'll have a link to his YouTube in the bottom of the comment section there. But you know, this is one of the games we come back to time and time again. I mean, I played this game for so many years since it actually came out. Played it the first day it came out, and loved it so much. You know, I told my friend about it. Oh, I don't know, hundreds of times, I would say. And you know, eventually got into it, and you know, he's never looked back. You know, he's liked it, I've liked it, and we've also introduced one of my other friends to it. Quick shout out to my other buddy Jason. He knows who he is. So playing Warframes has been sort of one of my favorite things to do in between games. You know, that little time when you know, you just played a great game, like let's say you started off with World of Warcraft and you were playing it, and all of a sudden you sort of just burn out of it, nothing else to do, you know. So I decided to then play something else. Well, there was nothing else good. What do you play? So I wanted a little game that, you know, something that's not, it doesn't have a super, like, end game, you don't have to play it for weeks and weeks. And I found this Warframes. So, I love to play this in between games when I got nothing else to do, and I realized it's just a great standalone game also. So, just looking around, having a little fun here. I'm gonna, you know, looking at all the Warframes I've got. Now these are different suits, they all have different abilities, a lot of fun. I love so many of them. You know, Atlas here, this guy has, you know, huge boulders he plays with. You can summon 2 giant golems that will fight for you. Ember, oh, Ember is crazy. Kind of looks like a chicken, you know, sort of has that like chicken vibe, you know, little claws down there. You played around with it a little bit more, you'd see what I'm saying, especially when you don't have like the extra suits and stuff, like just the regular suit, the helmet. Looks like a chicken. This one has like a world's on fire. It's a crazy thing, like the whole world is exploding around you, each of the enemies explode. Lots of good stuff with that one. Banshee is all about, you know, sonic sound. She can emit sonic pulses that, you know, vibrate on the enemies and show where their weak points are, so every time you hit it you get like an extra critical and all that sort of thing. Just so many. Frost, arguably my favorite Warframe, Frost. Just puts up an ice globe that, if you can't shoot through it, but you have to run through it in melee, that sort of thing. You can shoot out from inside, but they can't shoot inside. Great tool to have. Just great. So you know what? I think I'm just going to play Frost for you guys today. Just because I love him so much. So much fun. So we're going to go ahead and play Frost. Let's hit equip there. Alright, looking into weapons now. So you play with 3 different weapons, and what's crazy about this is you get a primary weapon, you get a secondary weapon, and a melee weapon. You can use them all in whatever combination you feel like it. So, I don't know, we're going to play a game here, so let's play something fancy. What do I like? You know what, I'll just go with my old go-to weapon there. Let's see if I can find the Sobek. There it is, right there. I don't know why it's my favorite. It's a shotgun. Probably not the highest damage of any weapon. It doesn't have the best range for sure, you know, because the shots spread. But yeah, I love to run up on things and shoot them right in the face, like a confetti cannon through the face. It's really good, really fun, and really strong. So I'm gonna go ahead and equip that for you guys. Let's check in the secondary weapons. Oh, look at this Atomos. Love the Atomos. Just messing around, you know, I'm not going into detail about any one thing, just for you guys to see what's going on in these games. Atomos here has a little, it shoots out, it hits the first target, and then it bounces to a nearby target. It bounces up to so many targets. The downside to it, though, is there's only so much range. So if you don't actually hit the first target, it doesn't bounce to anything. So I have that issue. My little cat, I don't know if you heard my cat, was just meowing at me loudly. So, anyway, back to this. Let's see here. Lex Prime, that's like... I mean, it really does look like your basic 9mm pistol. It's loud as heck, but I tell you what, it's accurate, and it hits like a truck. Twin Gricatas, they're like little submachine guns. You get one in each hand, they shoot super fast, and see, if you look down here, it doesn't do a lot of damage, does it? But if it's shooting, you know, 900 of those at a time, it's doing that times 900. You know what I'm saying? It shoots a lot really fast and does a lot of damage quickly. Staticore, these are crazy. So, it reminds me of, I don't know, MRI machine fitted onto each hand. It's magnetic damage, radiation damage, and I don't know, it just kind of looks like what you think would happen inside of an MRI machine there or something. But the damage is really cool. You can charge it, and it'll use multiple ammunition rounds, but it'll shoot like this slow-moving thing, and it hits and explodes outward in radiation damage. It's really cool. For this episode, let's go with the Twin Gricatas. They're just fun. They're just real straight up fun. And they kind of have that, you know, speed ability that I'm kind of missing on the shotgun, so it might be helpful if I get into a situation where I need a little bit more fast shooting weapons. So let's go with that for now. Go ahead and hit equip. Alright, and melee weapons. Oh, melee weapons. How I love you. So lots of good things with melee weapons. When I get in the mods, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. You can do so many things with these melee weapons. You know what? I really don't have a favorite of melee weapons. I love them all. So many different types for so many different reasons. You know, the Atarax here is kind of like a whip weapon, and it's going to work entirely different than, say, the Akenbrunt, which is an accent shield where you can block with it really well. Or you have these huge heavy weapons like the Galantine Prime, the Fragor, the Jatkatag. You know, they are heavy and bigger weapons. They do so much more damage, but they're slower and they're a little bit more wieldy. A little unruly and harder to use. Then you got things like the Dracana, and these are, you know, your basic samurai swords if you think about it. They're so much fun though. And then you have these reach weapons like the Guandao. I don't know. I'm gonna speak that language, I guess. But these things have a little bit more reach, and they just look massive and cool. The amount of damage you can put out with these things, it's fun, ridiculous. You know, there is also, let's see here, things like this, the Mios. That's actually two different kinds of weapons. It's a whip weapon and a sword weapon. Crazy as that is. You know, you whip it about, and you throw it out, and it comes back. You know, kind of holding on the length of the whip. It's really cool. There's scythes. They're pretty cool. They're sort of not as strong as you'd like them to be, but they're pretty much, they're fun. They're a lot of fun. Here's a cool one, the glaive. Now the glaive, you can actually, it's a throwing weapon. You can throw it out, kind of like a boomerang. It'll come back to you. I mean, it'll bounce around a couple times. You can hit multiple enemies through bouncing it. You know, some people really like to make like skill shots and shoot them several, you know, hit several different enemies through bouncing and that sort of stuff. Those are just fun. You got like fist weapons. Those, man, they don't look as flashy, but man, they're brutal. They are just brutal. You know, the Karst is a dagger, and those daggers are kind of cool. Now, there's a mod for these daggers that's pretty epic. So if you can sneak up on an enemy and use the dagger, it's a one-shot kill every time. It's always a kill. I mean, that's just what the mod does. If you can sneak up on the guy, and you have the skill to sneak up on a guy, and you use it, kill him every single time. Now, if I use this dagger, I like to use it with Ivara or Loki. They have the ability to go invisible for a period of time. And I tell you what, that dagger with them, it just wrecks them every single time. Lots of fun. Man, if I ever do like a Ivara or Loki in like a high level mission, and I just go invisible and run around and kill them with that, it just kills them every time. Doesn't matter what level they are, really. I've never really seen a level that they didn't die immediately. Oh, there's the nunchucks. Oh man, these are great. They're super fast. And these particular ones, the Ninkandai, they do a lot of, if you look, see electricity here, it's status, it's called. And that's electricity will do a shocking and that sort of thing, but the status chances and the critical chance. See, the cool thing about this game is they added a secondary thing, whereas the critical chance is like doing that, you know, extra damage, the double damage, or whatever your multiplier here is. So you do the most amount of damage you can do multiplied by that multiplier. Crazy good, okay? But then there's also status, and this is sort of a thing that I haven't seen in a lot of other games per se, and it's that if your weapon does impact damage, well, it, you know, it pushes them back. If your weapon does radiation damage, they get a radiation on them, and it ticks damage over time. Poison clouds, poison over time. Just the different types of damage have, like, fire burns for a period of time. I mean, it's really cool, really cool. Now, what they've also done in this game is they made those statuses more effective on some than others, and so on. So you can kind of dial in your plate and how you want to do it. Let's say you're fighting Corpus. Well, then you want to do some magnetic or radiation type stuff. Probably going to be your strongest for those ferrite armor guys. But then you have like Grenier, who are more like fleshy. So you want to use more like poisons. And then you have the, what is the other faction? Infested. Now these are just animals, you know, these are just like people and things morphed by this alien, and they are more susceptible to things like corrosion and poison and fire and that sort of stuff. So you got your mechanical things, you've got your shielding things, you got your armored things, you have your fleshy things, and each of those types of guys, you know, they get harmed by different types of statuses. It's really cool things they added in here. They added in stuff in here that looks like nightsticks. I mean, how cool is that? Just super cool. There's machetes. Look at that, nice machete there for you guys. What else is there? There's some other really cool stuff. Just regular sword type things. Look at that sword. Isn't that badass? Okay. Scepter? A giant stick, man. A flailing Limia right there. That's way cool. Some of the other ones I don't have right now, you know, huge hammers. Look at that. There's a like a fencing sword in there. Cleavers. Like, look how stupid that is. That's cool. That is way cool. You know, dual daggers, fist weapons only, other types of machetes. This is a Halakar. This is a super cool throwing hammer. I mean, how cool is that? A throwing hammer. Just more of the Cronin. I had those for a period of time. Those were really cool. The Magistar, that's just a big two-handed mace. Love that one. And here's the Redeemer. This is really cool. This is a gun mixed with a melee weapon. So, like, you smack them with a melee weapon and shoot the gun at the same time. How cool is that? Here's the Sarpa. Same thing. Gun and a melee weapon. Fist weapons. Here's claws. Wolverine's claws, I like to call them. That's what they are there. So, lots of cool things. Lots of options. Alright, so, what do I want to play with today? Let's pull out the Jet Katag. I mean, nobody hates that. It is a rocket-powered hammer. See those? Oh man, that is really cool. Alright, let's go ahead and equip that. So, I actually already have all of the mods in there. I'll show them to you anyway here in a minute. Companion loads out. Now the companions, there's sentinels, there are dogs and cat-like creatures, there is an infested type creature you can have. Just a lot of options. I prefer sentinels, and the reason I prefer sentinels is they have this option called vacuum. What vacuum does is it makes you super lazy. Vacuum's going to pull in all of the items around you that you can use, so you don't have to run over and pick them up by hand. Just super lazy. I don't care. That's who I am. There's Taxon here that helps you and boosts your shields. The Death Cube here just puts out raw damage. Love that. It has a machine gun type weapon. Carrier Prime, the one I use, can actually suck in ammo of a different kind of ammo and turn it into the ammo you're using. So I'm using a sniper rifle, it'll pull in shotgun ammo and make it into sniper rifle ammo. Or opposite, let's say you're using a shotgun, you run low on shotgun ammo, it'll pull in rifle ammo, turn it into shotgun ammo for you. You know, it's kind of like a 2-to-1 kind of thing, or a 3-to-1. You don't actually get, you know, exactly as many as you get if you would pick up the regular ammo, but it still works and it keeps you topped off. The Durarija there, that's a sniper weapon, so it shoots out at longer distances. Really cool. Carrier and Carrier Prime, they're the same thing, just as the Prime version. Again, that's the pick up everything, turn it into what you need. The Worm, that's from way back in the day. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I think it's just a crowd control type thing. I think it has the ability to, like, you know, freeze stuff and that sort of thing. And not 100% sure. Haven't played with it a lot. Shade, this is the one you want if you're gonna go with like Loki and you want to be invisible and you want to sneak around. The Shade here will help you with that. If enemy is in such a distance of you and you're standing still, to turn you invisible, that sort of thing. And you got the Helios over here. The Helios is kind of a cool one. It'll actually scan enemies for you. And scanning something I'm not going to get into today. It's not really fun for me. I don't know. But you sort of have this inventory thing that maybe I'll show you another time, that kind of keeps track of all the enemies you've killed and all that sort of thing, and it'll scan them down and get information and that sort of stuff. But I think that's more of just a if you're into the lore and that sort of thing. So not going to go ahead and mess with that at all today. This is just messing around, let's play sort of thing. So it's not really important that I go over all of that with you. Here's one of my favorite things, the Foundry. Now in this game, there's two ways about going and getting stuff. You can spend real money and just buy it outright, and it's kind of expensive, really. Or you can come to the Foundry, you go over, all the worlds, you do all the stuff, and you find these blueprints here. And you can create them with stuff you pick up in the different places. It's not really hard to get most of the stuff. You'll find it just going through, and you'll absolutely find blueprints just playing around, playing through, and getting all that. So that's easy enough. Mods. Here's this is the bread and butter of this whole game. Mods. Okay. So if we're looking here, you'll see Warframe mods. You'll see primary weapon mods, secondary weapon mods, melee weapon. You'll get stances. Exilus, alright, there's definitely for companions and sentinels and arc melee and arc gun, and then where's the other one here? Melee? Arc gun, but it didn't where's the one? I wonder if it's in Warframes. Anyway, there's a couple of different styles here. One, you can be this guy right here, just running around, shooting, killing things, enjoying life. Or there's the Arch Combat. I'll show you that real quick, because that's kind of cool looking. So I'm going to select the mode real quick. Here's the Archwing. Alright? So the Archwing is this awesome, cool, huge, like, I don't know, maybe like jetpack? Let's call it a jetpack for lack of better terms. And you'll have a weapon, and this is for you flying out in space, outside of a spaceship, not on a planet, not in a ship, just flying out around in space, alright? Then you have the giant gun and the giant weapon. So when you're out there, everything's weightless, so you can swing around huge weapons and, nothing will bother you, okay? So that's what that idea is. I'm gonna go back to cooperative and get out of there. But, back to the mods. Just messing around. Mods here, all of these things, they all do something. So let's go to the primary weapon. That's the easiest one for me. Let's say, here we go. Point blank. It's a shotgun mod. And at its base stats, will give you 15% additional damage. Not a lot, not great. But I tell you what, if you take that mod and you boost it all the way up, it will give you a lot more. Alright, let's see. Sort them by rank. Here we go. Let's see if I can get two side by side. Wouldn't that be cool? Let's go ahead and sort them by name. There we go. Alright. Ammo, drum, era mutation. Here's a good one. Alright, era mutation. You see there's 3 different ones here. There is, this one has 3 points into it. This one here has the 2 points, and this one has none. So at none, converts any unused ammo pickups into arrows So if you have pistol or rifle ammo, it'll give you 1. If you have shotgun and sniper ammo, it'll give you 3 arrows, okay? Well, let's see. If you bump it up to 2, it'll give you 4 and 8, and then again up here 5 and 10. So it's kind of, it boosts it, and it's actually can boost it pretty high. Let's not get into ribbon mods today. We'll check them out another time. But here's a prime mod. Those are crazy good. Prime mods, what they are is they're mods that you can get from different locations and things that are like the better version of it. Like, you can't get better than that. And they get really expensive up in the higher ends to level up. But they're really cool. Oh, look at this, serrations. Okay, here's one. Serrations I use on pretty much every build, every single time, every rifle, because it is so damn good. Alright, the one you're not seeing here for whatever reason, I have a full serrations, must be on a weapon somewhere. Or actually maybe using it currently on one of my... I bet you I'm using it on the Sentinel right now. Anyway, serrations. At nothing, that just adds 15 straight damage to your rifle. You know, you bump it up, look at that, 120% damage. It's way higher. And you get it all the way up, it's like 200 and some percent. It's crazy good. So, just the idea of what they do. And these things they boost different types. If you see there, that's infected clip. It boosts toxin. Toxin is a status. Really good. No, here's one for impact. Again, another status, more status. Serration's just a straight damage bump. There's one that gives just a straight up status chance. Anything else cool? Your speed trigger. Fire rate. Alright, crazy cool. Fire rate, you know, take a slow shooting weapon, make it faster. Good things. Here's Thunderbolt. This one's pretty cool. 7.5% chance to explode. So when you're shooting a bow, you shoot a bolt, 7.5% chance. Now when you get that all the way to the top, you get like a 50% chance of it exploding. Or maybe I think it's like 33%. It's like every third one's going to explode regardless. Really good. You can really hurt yourself with those though. You got to be careful using those. So let's get gameplay. You know what I mean? I've been doing this for what, daggum near 20 minutes just explaining stuff to you. Let's get to the heart of it. Everybody wants to see gameplay. You know what? Let's just take you out to an old favorite. Well, I think it's Pluto. All right, so here's all the worlds. Let's go to Pluto. What is Hades? Nope, that's not it. Secura, maybe? There it is, Defense, Secura. Let's go there. So, there's different types of game types you can play. Like, they each have their own sort of differences in what you need to do. This one in particular is defense. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a point where we must defend. It's usually going to be a capsule of some sort, and we go there and we have to prevent all the enemies from getting there for a set number of waves. It's really cool.
Our position has been compromised.
So if you look at
Defend
the map
the
here,
cargo until reinforcements
I have to follow
arrive
towards that yellow thing. So let's get that way. Right. And our objective is at that yellow point, wherever it is. So let's follow around there. Man, one of the things I love about this game, look at all the acrobatics you can do. You can run up walls, you can bullet jump, you can get into places you shouldn't be in. Oh man, that's a lot of fun. So here's one of my skills here, Detective Bubble. Now it's hard to see because I made it white so you can see through it really well, but man, if you look at this giant purple bubble right there. Oh man, a little lag there. I don't know what that was all about. Damage. See how they're freezing inside that bubble? That's what we want to do. Alright, here's a skill. Avalanche just goes out and just shoots everything. Crazy good that.
That was a close one.
Alright, we finished that wave. That wave is done. Now look at all this stuff on the ground here. That's good stuff. You want that stuff. And that's going to be your ammo. All of your stuff there. Let's shoot this guy here. No, switch over to other weapons. That's all about. I mean, they all do some really cool stuff. You have to reload them, reload. That sometimes really mess up your flow. So let's switch over here. Alright, Twinkler Katas, these are badass. You hear how fast they shoot? How crazy is that? Faster than time do. I mean, you gotta be really careful because you can throw away all your enemies. Alright, next we're gonna just try this,
Attack us and
let's
we
go
will
with,
counter.
Melee weapon. See how slow that thing is? Oh yeah, but I tell you what, you can do a ground slam with it, knock things around. If you hit anything with it, it just cracks it utterly. These aren't exactly low. They're not the highest. They are not like I have most of the Warframes. I've gone through and had most of the Prime versions of them. I haven't kept them because I only have so many slots, so I'm not going to spend any real world money on this as much as possible. So anything I'm not using or I don't like as much, I'll get rid of. Once you level them all up, you got your mastery out of it. That's not bad. Plan here. Take out those. We gotta switch back to the shotgun. Ready? So as every wave comes up, they get higher and higher in level. And this is kind of like an endless mission. You can just play this and keep going up and up. I mean, you can get these guys up to way over 200. You know, I've seen it really high, like 900s. Really tough though. I'm telling you, like, if anything hits you once, you're dead. And this is another to show you guys stuff. Alright, so I'm actually playing with a shotgun, but I notice I'll be able to pull off my melee weapon a little bit. Now, when you're playing with strictly melee weapon, without all the time, you can do some really cool combos and things. The melee weapon can be gotten out or just used to, you know, destroy a little bit. Just, it doesn't have the combinations available to you for having it out all the time.
Extraction is ready.
I'm gonna extract.
Unless you can handle more of the enemy.
Just show you what the the summary is. And this tells you everything, like who does the most damage. I clearly did 56% of the damage there. So here's what we got out of it. Here's a relic. We'll get into that at a different time. But that's what I got out of it. All right. So it was nice playing around with you guys, and hope to see you again soon. Peace.